So if you have seen Avengers Age of Ultron, you might know about that one really iconic scene and really comedic one, which many of us might not have thought was gonna be a really important plot point later on in Endgame. And of course, I am referring to the scene where Thor was telling the Avengers to try to pick up the hammer if they were worthy, and all of the Avengers failed, but Captain America was able to nudge it a little bit, implying that he had a little hint of worthiness in him. And then in Endgame, spoiler alert, we saw that Captain America finally managed to pick up Mjolnir, proving that he was worthy. And this topic has been rocking the internet ever since the movie came out, and it has people wondering, how powerful is Captain America really? Is he stronger than Hulk? Is he stronger than Thor? Well, there's a lot of variables that we have to go over, so without further ado, let's go ahead and see how powerful Captain America is with Mjolnir. Now, to really scale Captain America properly, we have to go over the showings and the feats that we have seen from Iron Man and Thor. And although Captain America was not necessarily as powerful or as fast as they were, he was still able to hold his own against characters who could damage them and keep up with them in combat. So first, we have to take a look into Iron Man because he has made many suits over the years, and even the earliest ones were capable of showing really cool things. So before Tony ever made the aesthetically pleasing and immensely powerful Bleeding Edge or the chatty Hulkbuster, even his Mark III, which he made in the first Iron Man film, was able to endure heavy machine gun rounds, keep up with jets casually, and even could endure tank shells without any significant damage. Then during 2012's The Avengers, we saw Tony's Mark VI armor being able to keep up in combat with Thor and even manage to react to his lightning-based attacks. And this is really important because if you have seen Civil War, you will know that Captain America managed to not only stagger, but also injure and keep up in combat with Tony's later suits, which would logically be much faster and stronger than the one that fought off against Thor. Then in Age of Ultron is when we see Captain America being able to keep up in combat with Ultron, and although he wasn't on his level, he was still able to hold his own, and he also managed to endure an energy beam that managed to, stagger back Iron Man and also Thor. Oh yeah, not to mention that he also casually ripped apart many of these Ultron drones as if they were made out of cheesecake, and that is undeniably top tier because I love cheesecake. And then once we get into Infinity War is when we see Steve being able to keep up in combat and hold his own against Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight, who in combat managed to get the best of a nerfed Vision, really poor writing, and also Scarlet Witch. Speaking of Infinity War, we were also blessed with the amazing reveal of the Bleeding Edge armor, which is arguably one of Iron Man's most powerful suits as it has a lot of cool showings. And logically speaking, the Bleeding Edge would also be far superior to the Hulkbuster that we saw during Age of Ultron, which managed to knock out the Hulk by ramming him down into a huge skyscraper. And guys, do not sleep on the Bleeding Edge because it was able to react to many of these meteors falling down or descending from Titan's moon, and it could also endure attacks from the Power Stone, and by doing a couple of cool combos here and there, he was able to make Thanos bleed, which the Hulk could not, so just keep that in mind. And obviously, Captain America would scale from that. And again, the reason that I am bringing up these Iron Man suits is because logically they would scale to Captain America because he did a lot better than many other heroes who faced off against Thanos. And yeah, Thanos was an absolute monster. In the first few minutes of Infinity War, he was able to utterly bully the hell out of the Hulk and knock him out in a couple of seconds flat, as if he was nothing but fodder, which he is, but you know how it be. And even after Thor got a massive power boost in Thor Ragnarok, even then he was still not able to damage Thanos, nor make him bleed or even cause a dent to his armor. Oh yeah, and I'd also like to bring up that no, Thanos did not beat either of these two dudes with the Power Stone. It's like a really common misconception because people cannot believe that Thor or Hulk are weaker than someone. It's like impossible. You know how the fanboys are, but no, the directors themselves said no, like he did not have the Power Stone, he could beat them with or without it, and I think it is very clear to see and say that Thanos was really damn powerful in his own right, and Captain America went in on his ass. So right off the bat, once Captain America got Mjolnir, he gained an incredible boost to his power, speed, and durability. And during their fight, Captain America was able to stagger back Thanos and even overwhelm him at several points using a combination of Mjolnir and also his shield. It is even more impressive when you factor in the fact that, Captain America was wailing on him so much that his helmet broke off, and once we see Thanos' face, it is all bruised up, there's blood on it, which basically tells you that Captain America did more damage against Thanos than Hulk, base Thor, or Iron Man ever did in their battles. However, there is one really important factor here as well, is that Thanos, during Endgame, was fighting a lot more seriously or more bloodlusted than he ever was in Infinity War. And think about it, during Infinity War, Thanos had many chances to kill off the heroes, but he simply wanted to get the stones instead of dealing with them. But then in Endgame, he was like, okay, in all of my times of conquest, I never really had anything personal, but now that I learned that you guys tried to stop my plan and that you killed me, now I really want to kill you guys. So what I'm trying to say here is that Captain America did a lot better against the Thanos that was more serious and bloodlusted than Iron Man, Thor, or the Hulk ever did against a Thanos that was not really out there to kill them, but more so to get the stones. And this is further backed up by Squidward, Ebony Maw, saying, "Let Thanos have his fun," so even while being casual about it, he still thrashed Hulk and Thor in the first few minutes of Infinity War. So now this brings up the next question of how fast is Captain America really? So as I mentioned, even the earliest Iron Man suits could react to and keep up with Thor, who could unleash lightning from his hammer, and we also know that the Bleeding Edge could react to and also endure a meteor that was descending on him in the Battle of Titan. However, we can scale Captain America's reaction and combat speeds even higher going by Captain Marvel. In the first few minutes of Endgame, it is actually stated by Tony Stark that he is about 1,000 light years away from Earth. And he also says that he was going to run out of oxygen in the next day or so. So for Captain Marvel to get from point A to point B, from Earth all the way to where Tony Stark was, she would have had to travel over 395,000 times the speed of light, assuming that she took at least one day. So in order to do this calculation, you can simply convert 1 light year into kilometers, which is about 9.46 times 10 to the 12th, or about 9.46 trillion kilometers. Then you would multiply that by the 1,000 light years, and you will get about 9.46 times 10 to the 15th, or about 9.46 quadrillion kilometers. Then we can convert the speed of light to being about 1 billion kilometers per hour, give or take. So once we round up, we can get the 9.5 quadrillion kilometers divided by 24 billion, because obviously we get the 1 billion kilometers per hour by 24 for the whole day, and you will get about 395,000 times the speed of light. And logically, she would be far faster than this, because if we want to go by the end credit scene of Captain Marvel, we know that she went down to Earth, and then went back to get Tony, and then went back to Earth once more in the span of one day. So even while we're downplaying, we can see that Captain Marvel is easily massively faster than light in combat and travel speed. And going by the source material, that being the Marvel Comics, we do know that travel speed and combat speed are really similar to each other, if not combat speed being far faster. And clearly we saw in Endgame that Thanos could keep up in combat with Captain Marvel, and obviously Captain America could also keep up in combat with Thanos as well. Now, I'm not claiming that Captain America is thousands of times the speed of light or anything like that, but going off of that scaling, it could be really possible that going by reaction time or combat speed, that he should be relativistic if not light speed, going off of Captain Marvel and Thanos. But yeah, there you guys have it. Captain America was an absolute monster during this movie. He should at least be more powerful than Hulk and Thor from the first couple of movies, but more than likely he should be comparable if not more powerful than Thor before he obtained Stormbreaker, and also the Hulk after he trained on Sakaar. So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I will be doing more MCU Power Skills down the line, and I not only do that, I also do Marvel Comics, DC Comics, Dragon Ball, SCP, Bleach, and stuff like that. So if you really enjoy this kind of stuff, then subscribe, and yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you thotties next time. Peace out.